Okay, let's dive right into this. We're all seeing the rise of AI in our social media feeds. I mean, it is everywhere, and it promises to make everything faster, more efficient, you know the drill. But sometimes it just feels off, right? And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Why, in this age of automation, a real human touch might just be the most powerful tool a brand can have. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That feeling you get when you see a comment that's just a little too generic, a little too perfect, or a LinkedIn post that's grammatically flawless but has absolutely zero soul. It's not just you. It's this feeling we're all getting, and it's popping up on every single platform we use. So, this isn't just in our heads. It actually has a name: the AI flood. We're just seeing this massive wave of AI-generated content. And the result is a very real problem called consumer fatigue. People are getting genuinely tired of interacting with bots. And believe me, it's changing how they use social media. And get this, it's not a small problem. Research is showing that by 2025, a staggering half of all consumers are planning to pull back from social media. And why? Specifically because of this drop in quality and the feeling that bots are taking over. That's a huge, huge risk for any brand that relies on these platforms to connect with people.
And here's the real kicker. We've been so focused on optimizing algorithms and automating every little post that we've kind of lost sight of the most valuable asset of all. It's not about our algorithm, it's a person. And this is the core idea we're going to explore: this battle between cold, efficient automation and real, genuine human connection. So let's start by diagnosing the problem. We're calling this social media's empathy gap. Because at the heart of this whole thing is a really simple truth. AI is brilliant with data, it can process numbers like nobody's business, but it is terrible at reading the room.
So, what is this empathy gap? Well, think of it as the huge difference between sounding human and actually feeling human. An AI can be trained on billions of lines of text to mimic the right words, sure, but it can't replicate genuine care or understanding or that feeling of being truly heard. That's a uniquely human skill. And this example right here, it says it all. Look at the robotic reply. It's technically correct, but it's cold, it's dismissive. Now, look at the human reply. It completely changes the game. It says, I hear your frustration, it adds that personal context about the holidays, and it promises to fix it right now. One feels like a dead end. The other builds loyalty for life. All right, section 2, let's get into a direct showdown. We're going to look at some very specific, high-stakes situations where having a real person behind the keyboard isn't just a nice little bonus, it's absolutely essential for a brand survival. We're going to break this down into 3 key battlegrounds. First, nuance and humor, which is basically the lifeblood of internet culture. Second, crisis management, for when things, inevitably go wrong. And third, community, which is all about building real relationships, not just sending out messages into the void. Let's start with memes. We've all seen a brand try to be funny with AI, and it's usually super cringy, right? Because it takes things literally. It misses all the layers of irony and sarcasm. A human, on the other hand, they get the joke. They know if it actually fits the brand's voice, and this is crucial, they know when the trend is already dead. Now, this next one, this is where it gets really serious. Imagine a major tragic news event breaks. An AI, just running on its preset schedule, is going to keep posting that cheerful, happy Monday content. It's completely and utterly tone deaf. But a human social media manager, they feel the shift in the global conversation. They hit the brakes on everything, and they single-handedly protect the brand from a massive PR disaster. And finally, community. An AI drops a generic, great pic with a fire emoji on 100 different photos. It's just noise. It means nothing. A human, though, notices the specific details, like the dogs in the photo, and writes a comment that shows they actually paid attention. That small, personal interaction, that's how you turn a follower into a genuine, lifelong fan. So after all that, you might be thinking, okay, so AI is bad, we should just get rid of it? Well, not so fast. That's the thing. The smartest brands aren't choosing sides in this fight. They're building a hybrid solution that uses both AI and humans for what they each do best. And the model's actually pretty straightforward. You let the AI do the heavy lifting. Let the robot do the robot work, right? Use it for analyzing data, finding the best times to post, tracking performance metrics. Let the machine crunch the numbers. But the voice, the personality, the empathy, the actual conversation, that stays strictly human. This brings us to our final takeaway, and it's a fundamental choice for every single brand out there. Are you optimizing for efficiency or are you optimizing for effectiveness? Because I promise you, they are not the same thing. Think about it like this. An AI is incredibly efficient. It can write 100 captions in a minute, flooding your feed with content. But a human is effective. A human can write that one perfect, empathetic, funny, or insightful caption that actually connects with someone and makes them feel something. That's the one that really matters.
So, at the end of the day, never, ever underestimate your audience. They are smart, they grew up online, they can smell a bot from a mile away, they know when they're being spoken to by a script, and they know when they're having a real interaction. And they will always, always value the real thing more.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about for your brand. Take a hard look at your social media feed. Are you truly having a two-way conversation with your community, or are you just using it as a billboard to broadcast your message? The answer to that question could make all the difference.